Welcome back to the 3D Botmaker Diecast Rally Championship. Here we are with Event 3, Round 3.
Here's a look at the current standings. We have Robert Leviosa in first place with 18 points. He's followed by Rio Asada with 17.
Then we have Stephen King in third place, followed by Derek Workman in fourth, Fabulos in fifth, and Alonso Taurus all the way at the bottom. He only has 7 points going into this round.
He's going to really need a strong performance today. Otherwise, I think we're going to be saying bye-bye to the Beamer.
Here's our first matchup of the day. Robert Leviosa versus Alonso Taurus. Leviosa driving the Volkswagen SP2 and Alonso Taurus in the BMW.
Now, I understand there was some controversy about Leviosa's performance in the last race, so I promise not to use any Wingardium spells in this one.
I doubt that had anything. Whoa! Leviosa crashes into the trees.
Taurus is in reverse. Can he make it?
And Alonso Taurus will pick up the win, driving in reverse. That's going to bring his score up to 12. Meanwhile, Leviosa is upside down on his roof over by that group of trees. Let's see what happened there.
I think I know what happened. As a level 17 wizard,
Is that where you are now?
show some respect. In my expert opinion,
I think you forgot the air quotes with expert.
Respect. That looks to me like a levitation spell gone wrong.
Well, now that we're done with your expert analysis,
There's no need for air quotes.
let's get back to reality with race 2.
You're so disrespectful to the Magic community.
Alonso Taurus will be starting off on the inside with Robert Leviosa on the outside.
Again, it's pronounced, you know what? It's not even worth it.
Alonso Taurus with the lead going into the canyon. Leviosa not far behind.
Uh-oh, he's off the track.
Leviosa closing in.
Oh!
Whoa, he just smashes.
Oh, man.
Alonso Taurus through the hay bales past the finish line. That's going to add another 5 points to Alonso Taurus' score. That means he's gone from 7 points to 17 in just this round.
Another disappointing race for Leviosa. He only adds 3 points to his score in this entire round.
You can see right there, Leviosa was going full speed ahead. He really had nowhere to go once Alonso got sideways in front of him. And unfortunately for him, he ended up pushing his competition past the finish line.
Robert Leviosa certainly lacking the magic that put him in first place in round 2.
Up next, we have Superman Rio Asada.
Whoa, we already talked about that 3D.
He'll be going up against Fabulos in the Ford Escort RS 1600.
The name Superman is already taken by Stephen King.
I agree that it's taken. It's being taken right now by Rio Asada.
King is only behind Ryu by 1 point. I don't get what the fuss is about.
Maybe it's the high-flying spectacular put on by Rio Asada race after race, and there he goes again, flying through the air with a Shoryuken.
Look, I'll admit that he gets some amazing air, but has he ever landed a jump once? Just one time?
No,
Well,
but
then he can't be Superman.
fine, we'll call him, I don't know, the Big Air King.
You can't call him the king. Stephen King is the king.
Is he really?
Besides, Ryu can't land a jump.
Yeah, but look at this big air. Look at that.
That is impressive.
He almost hit the crossbar of that scaffolding.
I'm just saying he needs to land at least one jump to have a title like that.
Here it is again.
Yeah, he's way up there.
Look at that height.
Look at that landing, or should I say wreck.
Wow, such a hater.
I'm not hating, I'm just saying he hasn't proved himself yet until he can land that jump.
Well, let's see what he does this time. Rio Asada starting off on the outside lane this time. Fabulos on the inside.
It's a close race, they're side by side.
They're door-to-door going into the first jump. Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Fabulos appeared to drive underneath
Wow,
Rio Asada's car.
that was crazy. Somehow Ryu Asada managed to stay on his wheels. Let's take another look.
Here they go side by side into that first jump. Rio Asada with a slight lead, but he lands partially off the track. At one point, Fabulos was underneath his car and managed to drift past that second checkpoint. Rio Asada only picks up 1 point in that race for passing the first checkpoint. But if you look at the score, he's still 10 points ahead of Fabulos.
Now here comes the true king, the two-time champion, Stephen King, aka Superman, going up against Derek Workman.
Stephen King in the Ford Escort Rally. Derek Workman driving in the Audi Sport Quattro.
Another close race.
Stephen King pulls ahead going over the bridge. Derek Workman not far behind.
We got some drifting.
Both drivers spin around, and Stephen King just barely manages to make it past the finish line, going in reverse. Meanwhile, Derek Workman only picks up 2 points for passing the first 2 checkpoints.
That's a tough break for Derek Workman. Right now, he is in danger of being eliminated.
Stephen King adds 5 points to his score, bringing it up to 21 points. So he will be safe. Derek Workman right now on the bubble. He needs to score at least 2 points in this race to stay alive. It's another close race into that first corner. Derek Workman with a slight lead.
He's going over.
Workman wrecks. Stephen King is all by himself. He spins around and passes crosses the finish line in reverse for the second time today.
It almost seemed like Stephen King did that on purpose, just to make a point.
I was thinking the same thing. I wonder if he's trying to recreate that reverse big air that he pulled off in the finals of the last event.
Yeah, that was an amazing finish. Make sure you check out that video if you haven't seen it already.
Derek Workman narrowly escapes a catastrophe. He had his wheels off the side going over the bridge. That wreck could have been a lot worse than it was.
Yes, and thankfully there were no spectators in that area.
Here's another look at Stephen King pulling off that power slide. He didn't have anywhere near the speed he needed to clear that jump, but it was entertaining regardless.
Consistent racing by Stephen King so far throughout this event. He has won every single race he's been in.
And that's why the King is back on top with 26 points. Rio Asada is in second place with 25. Robert Leviosa is in third place with 21. And Alonso Taurus in fourth place with 17 points.
It looks like we'll be saying goodbye to Derek Workman and Fabulos.
We've only got one round left in Event 3.
Will it be a Stephen King Rio Asada final?
Stay tuned to find out who the real Superman is in the DRC.